10 years ago, if someone told you that you can order your eggs and bread and tomato and it can be delivered to your doorstep in less than 10 minutes, you'll be like, what are you talking about? 10 minutes? Impossible. But today, that's a reality with quick commerce. My mother turns on the stove and then orders vegetables. You can check with her, she's here. 20 years ago, if someone told you that you will be able to have an app for everything and you can manage it all on your fingertips, you'll be like, what are you talking about? But that's exactly what has happened today. Our smartphones are our extended organs. We can't live without them. We carry them everywhere, even to our most private spaces, bedrooms and bathrooms. Equally guilty. 40 years ago, if someone told you that you will have a personal computer every home, you'll be like, that's not for homes. That's usually for governments, large organizations, laboratories. But today, personal computers is how we run our work and life, to a point where we put it in Ayudha Puja and pray for its well-being, don't we? 500 years ago, if someone told you that you can fly from India to America in less than 24 hours, you'll be like, what is America? Flying on the sky? What are you talking about? But today, air travel is a routine. We talk about crossing oceans in hours, not in months. 1,000 years ago, if someone told you that there will be tiny invisible creatures that can cause diseases, and we have made medicines in the laboratory and that can take care of it, she'll be like, that's magical. But that's exactly what we have done with our vaccines and antibiotics, to a point the things that decimated entire population today is eradicated, taken care of. 10,000 years ago, if someone told you Homo sapiens are going to build stone structures and they are going to live and work there, our hunter-gatherer ancestors will be like, fantasy, what are you talking about? But that's exactly what we have done with our skyscrapers, right? And we live there and it's an interconnected community. 100,000 years ago, if someone told you that human beings will leave the earth, explore the space, walk on the moon, and send some machines to distant planets and try and understand and even think about multi-planetary aspects, you'll be like, I don't think our forefathers will even have the faculty to understand what we are talking about. Yet, that's exactly what we have done today. And if I put together the entire timeline, there's one thing that's absolutely clear. We have improved our lives significantly. In other words, we have designed our lives to be efficient and effective. For a second, think about what would be the next 100 years looking like. In case you're going through all of this, I am not at all surprised. I think we are going to be like this, having fun. I'm an optimist, and I create software systems that makes human lives easy and accomplished. And I studied cognitive science, behavioral science, and neuroscience, the trinity of sciences, to make human lives better and better and better. And I have been doing it for 2.5 decades now. And I too have contributed to a little bit to your easy and accomplished lives. If at all you are taking a printout from a printer which has a touchscreen and you're able to make a print or a copy or a scan, remember me. In case you're ordering something in Amazon and sending it as a gift to your friend, definitely remember me. And I have been having the pleasure and privilege of working across 20 plus domains, contributed to 250 plus products and services and systems, and still counting. I have had the most privilege of working with some of the best brands on this planet. And I can bring my entire career and tuck it into 3 words. And that is man-machine interaction. And read the man here as human, not the gender man. And when you look at the same timeline that I showed you, but this time through my eyes, you will see that the machine has evolved over a period of time, but the man has remained the same. For hundreds of thousands of years, the man is a constant and the machine is the variable. It's evolving. But there is an experience upgrade that the man went through, which is from your Stone Age to your quick commerce. You are definitely moving away from a functional experience to convenience max. Today, our lives are extremely convenient. But if I go by the experience hierarchy, we are slowly moving towards meaningful, purposeful experiences. Some of you are already asking those questions, isn't it? The young people are already thinking about not just human-centered design, but humanity-centered design, climate crisis, energy crisis. You're talking about all of it. And my son in 10th grade asked me, what's the point in writing this exam if ChatGPT can do a better job than me? And you're all asking questions like, why am I studying chemistry in the first year of engineering? Great question. Keep asking, because amazing questions will take us forward. If I need to kind of bring it 100,000 years in a short way, as a man, we have been doing a lot of work because there was a time there were no tools and machinery for us, and we did a lot of work using our body. And over a period of time, if you look at it, our machines have heavy lifted the amount of work. And as a result, the work that is done by the man is shrinking. Don't you see that? What used to take you 6 weeks to write a thesis today can be done in 6 hours. Your first draft is ready in 6 minutes. Don't you feel that? Yeah. And if I need to put this in perspective, there's one thing that hasn't changed, which is our biology. If I need to put our entire evolution as a 24-hour clock, for 23 hours and 49 minutes, we have been hunters and gatherers. For 10 minutes, we have been in the age of industrial era. And for 1 minute, we have been in the digital age. Let that sink in. 1 minute. The environment, the context is moving at a rapid pace, but our biology hasn't changed at all. We still have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 320 muscle groups, 208 bones if you're a man, 207 if you're a woman. That's it. So biology does what it does when we go through a change like this. What it does, it fears. Because our negativity bias is very high. We remember negative things 9 times more than positive things. This is a great thing because it helps us in survival. This is why we don't go and pet a tiger or put our hand into fire. This is what is saving us. So what happens when a rapid change happens? You will take the safe path. There is always a default tendency for which you will take a safe route. But you don't have to take the default path. That's the beauty of being human. You can use intentional action and change the default route as well. So at every point in time, you have 2 options in front of you. You can take the default route, or you can take an intentional action and beat the default route. That's how we have been beating evolution so far. And if this is the case, what are we going to do next? For that, I want to share with you 3 intentional actions that you can do today, now, so that your next era can shine. Let's go one by one. If you look at the man-machine world, the machine is doing a lot of work, and as a result, the man is doing less and less work. And because of this elimination of work, the amount of time that's available to you is lots. And as a result of it, our minds are a little empty. And if you allow your brain to stay empty, the immediate default path it will take is, it'll go and fill it with something, anything. Even doom scrolling is okay with our brain. And that's how we become chaotic in no time if we are not careful. Don't do that. My advice is, you can take another path. You don't have to go in chaos, but you can go to creativity. To go to creativity, you need to embrace boredom. You need to keep your minds empty and allow it to wander. And let me explain how it happens inside the brain. When you're thinking about something, the brain does its job, like the heart beats, the brain thinks. There are a few thoughts. But if you are not filling it up, it has these thoughts, and suddenly it peaks into curiosity. It will start asking questions. And suddenly there is an alertness which comes to you, we call as priming. Priming is nothing but getting the brain ready. So when you ask a question, your brain is ready. and it goes and finds way to solve the problem. It focuses in a particular direction. And as a result of focus, you will start creating a solution for the question that you asked. And that is how creation happens. So here is the process that you go through when you don't fill your mind with a lot of things. So it is important for you to move from curiosity to creation. For that, you need that space. Some of the most amazing inventions of our time actually came out of boredom. Starting from your potato chips all the way to your YouTube, someone was bored and hence it was created. Data shows that Einstein created his theory of relativity in his daydream. Isaac Newton created the laws when he was isolated and bored. So, what am I saying? Embrace boredom. Embrace boredom strategically. When you're bored, you connect things that are unconnected in ways that you will not even think about. When you're busy, you can't do that. So it's important for you to keep yourself bored, because that's how you create. Creativity is a special ability only human beings have. You are able to bring uniqueness and utility together, and as a result, you create something amazing that has not existed in the patterns so far. So embrace boredom. Second one, change is hard on us. Change shakes the survival of who we are. And as a result of it, it's easy for you to go ahead and get scared. And what is the first thing we do? We run away from it. Avoidance. And that's the first default tendency that we get when something is changing. And in our rapidly changing environment, avoidance is very common. And if you are feeling like running away from everything, you're not alone. Instead, here is an intentional action that you can change. Go ahead and embrace adaptability. Adaptability, as the name says, is an ability. And when you have this ability, you will be able to beat the change. This is how we have been ruling the planet. We are not the fastest, we are not the strongest, yet we are able to rule the planet because we are adaptable. And there are 3 facets to adaptability. And when I explain it to you, you will be able to do it tonight. These are the 3 things that make us adaptable. 1, we become efficient and effective by using tools or building tools. And we can use language. No other animal species has this level of language. I am saying everything that I know to you, and you are listening. You're collaborating with me. I can't imagine a group of goats and cows sitting and listening to a TED. It's not a possibility. This is why we win. And you can do that right now. And we have done it all along. There's nothing that you do not know. I just need to show you some examples. Once upon a time, we stood for the box office tickets. And later, we discovered an app and we booked the tickets. And today, we don't go to the theater, we don't book the tickets, and the theater comes to us in the form of OTT. Isn't it? Once upon a time, our grandmothers spent about 7 to 8 hours in the kitchen every day making meals. And today, we are going to a restaurant where somebody is preparing meals for us, which means we didn't cook. And at the latest, you can just order the meal that you want. It will come to you in less than 45 minutes. So you're not cooking, you're not going to the restaurant. You have adapted. Once upon a time, we used to write letters and use our postal system and send the message. It takes days and sometimes months. And then we wrote email whenever we wanted to write, and they read the email whenever they wanted to read. But today, we are sending instant messages. And then I wait for the blue tick and the 3 dots, which is wiggling and saying somebody is typing instantly. That's what we have become. So leverage machines. It's important for you to leverage machines so that you become adaptable. And as a result of it, you will be able to beat the change. Number 3. We are social creatures. We are wired for social interactions. That's how our biology is made. Our social interactions are essential for our well-being. And it is important for you to notice that we laugh when we see somebody laughing. We cry when we see somebody crying, don't we? Moving movie scenes, they kind of make you cry. And we are able to feel the warmth and love when you see somebody in love, or a mother is playing with a baby. And you can also feel the pain when somebody is socially isolated. For example, if you have a group of friends, there are about 5 of them, and 4 of them went to a movie without you, that day it will pain you. And it is seen in MRIs that your social isolation pain is equivalent to as if somebody cut your hands and limbs. That's how painful it is. So it's important for us to understand that our neurotransmitters work, and that's how we will be able to understand what's going on. So social interactions is very crucial for human beings. But we are living in the world where you will be able to have a conversation with the bot as well. For starters, it looks great and it's very exciting too. And all of you are talking to AI today and you will feel fantastic. But your biology knows the difference between what conversation will trigger the neurotransmitters. You will know after a fact that these are all simulated conversation which is dominated by data. And hence, the intentional action here is to go ahead and take the path of real human connections. Studies have shown that people who have real social interactions and strong social connections are able to live longer by 50%. Much better than exercise and quitting smoking. I'm not hinting anything here, but relationships definitely help you. I have a personal story. That's my father-in-law. In 2020, when COVID was rampant, we had to take him to a hospital for a completely different issue. It was a kidney issue. They said, because of COVID, we have to screen the lungs. And when they screened the lungs, they found a lump. And they said, that's stage 4 lung cancer for you. Because he's 80 plus, we can't give him any chemotherapy. It's important for you to prepare 6 weeks tops. That's it. It was very heavy on us. So we came back home and we prepared and we took it on us to make sure that those 6 weeks are amazing. So we played board games every single day. I even learned how to play rummy with him. Every day we played for about 3 hours. And then we made sure every loved connection of his speaks to him. And guess what? His 6 weeks extended to 168 weeks. And when we said a goodbye to him, we were able to say it fully. So foster human connections. It is supremely important for your well-being. 3 things tonight you can do. Embrace boredom so that you will become creative. Leverage machines so that you become super adaptable. Foster human connections so that you will be living longer and happily. That doesn't take much work. You'll be able to do it now. What are you waiting for? Thank you.